Okay, after a nice, long, enjoyable summer, we're gonna, God willing, start our season of Wednesday night classes. Tonight is September 6th, 2017. This will be the only class we'll probably have before Rosh Hashanah. So I decided, let's do something out of the ordinary, which used to be ordinary. People used to study halachot from Ben Ish Hai. This is, when I was growing up, it was the most common book that would be taught to the common person. People would pick it up. It's easy reading. It's intertwined of simple halakha plus sod, kabbalah, different ideas, musar, all intertwined into one. The beginning of each parasha, because that's why he breaks up into parashiyot, starts with a interpretation of a pasuk, and he uses that to build up to the topic he'll be dealing with halachot. We're going to skip that entire introduction because it happens to be a very lengthy introduction for Parashat Nislavim, which is the parasha where he has the halachot of Rosh Hashanah. We're going to jump straight to the halachot. We're going to start from halacha Aleph. Okay. So, as we know, Rabbi Yosef Hayim, commonly known as the Ben Ish Hai, he, at a very young age, became rabbi of Baghdad. And it was a position that his father and grandfather had before him. But he refused to take any official position or take money from the congregation. He had brothers. They had a fantastic business. The brothers worked. He was a partner in the business, but he didn't work. He studied Torah and he taught Torah. And his general Shabbat lecture, which was what the Ben Ish Hai book is based upon, he had at least 1,000 people for his class every Shabbat. So we're going to go straight to the halachot. We'll start with halacha Aleph, and we'll see what we may have picked up from the Ben Ish Hai in our practices, what we do differently than him, maybe what Chawad Yosef says, that he disagrees with, or maybe what the Moroccan rabbis say differently, or maybe what we have a specific minhag that is in sync with the Ben Ish Hai or different than the Ben Ish Hai. So, halacha Aleph. מי שלא ישן בליל ערב ראש השנה יכול לאכול עד עמוד השחר, אבל מי שישן לא יאכל אחר שינה, ורק משקה של קהווה מותר קודם עמוד השחר. So he starts at a very, very strange spot, and that's because we didn't read the introduction. The end of the introduction, talks about how you have to prepare yourself for Rosh Hashanah, and he's saying that there are those that established to fast on Arab Rosh Hashanah. So he's starting his first halacha from that mindset of fasting. So he's saying somebody who did not sleep on the night of Arab Rosh Hashanah, okay, so this year Arab Rosh Hashanah is Wednesday, it means Tuesday night you did not sleep at all, okay, so then you could keep staying up and eating all night long until Amud HaShahar, until dawn. But somebody who slept and now he's waking up, once he wakes up, he cannot eat at all, even if it's, still pre-dawn. All he could have is coffee. Simple. Doesn't pertain to us because we really don't have that custom of fasting or anything pertaining to it. But he's still using it as a proper advice to get up early that morning. If you need coffee, you'll have your coffee. You go do salihot, pray, without anything else hindering you. Bet. And toka'in be'ereb Rosh Hashanah, lo b'yom v'lo b'layla, afillu bebeto. So there's no tikiyot, no blowing of the shofar on Erev Rosh Hashanah. So like this year, we're talking about not Tuesday night, not Wednesday morning, not Wednesday during the day. You don't blow. You don't want to mess up that feeling for the people, or the anticipation that people are looking forward to. Even at home, you don't blow the shofar. ואם התוקע של הקהל רוצה להרגיל עצמו, but if the blower for the kahal needs to still prepare himself, וצריך הוא לכך, and he really hasn't had a chance to prepare and he needs to go over his תקיעות for whatever reason, יתקע בחדר סגור או בבור. He should put himself in an enclosed room, someplace where it's more or less soundproof and away from people, or even go down into a pit. We don't have pits over here. If you want to open up a manhole cover and go down there, but it's not something anybody's going to do. ואין נופלין על פניהם בערב ראש השנה. On ערב ראש השנה, there's no vidui, there's no נפילת אפיים, no Anna, no the David. But obviously we're talking about when we're praying.
Right.
When we are saying Sidihot, since Sidihot are technically said early on, then it's before the time of prayer, and so of course you would be saying the vidui and the Nefilat Apayim during the Sidihot. Abab min hashi lefanav noflin ve'omnim vidui. But the minha prior, we do say. So in other words, we said Erev Rosh Hashanah this year is Wednesday. So Tuesday minha, even though we know Wednesday we're not saying vidui, we're not saying anna, still Tuesday afternoon we would say. Deha. בליל ערב ראש השנה אומרים וידוי וסליחות ונוהגים לדרך בערב ראש השנה על הכיברו ולומר בקשות שם. Not only that, let me tell you something else. There's a custom to go on Erev Rosh Hashanah to go to the cemetery and to offer up supplications there, make requests. But listen carefully. ואל ישים מגמתו נגד המתים. Now you're not praying to the dead. Absolutely not. Rather you pray to Borei Olam that he should give us mercy in the zechut of that person that's buried there, or those people that are buried there. And you could even prostrate yourself, you could bow down and lie down over the grave of a Sadiq, and you could say, הריני מבקש מנפש צדיק הקבור פה שתתפלל עליי לפני הקדוש ברוך הוא כך וכך. So if you know there's a tremendous Sadiq over there, okay, so I am requesting from the soul of this Sadiq that is buried here that he should pray on my behalf to Borei Olam for such and such a reason. Okay, so he's telling you basically how to act at the cemetery. Not like people think I'm going to pray to this rabbi, going to pray to this Sadiq, going to pray to my grandfather. That's not what it's about, but we know that's what people do. And be very careful. People run late for whatever strange reason on Erev Rosh Hashanah. They get into Minha late, they skip it, they fly through it, they're all in a jovial mood, look at my new suit, my new tie, my new shoes, everybody's all decked out and feels great, and they don't pay attention to Minha. Saying this is the last prayer of the year. This is your last chance to get a word in by the end of the year, before you start the new year and and the new things you have to do. So this is your last chance to get in those last zechuyot. Be extra careful with minha, the last minha of the year. Gima. See, this is what I like about Ben Ishai. He brings you all practical things to keep your mind attuned to. Gima. Mistapirim be'erev Rosh Hashanah. Get a haircut. This is not something you'd expect to find in a halakha book. Rabbi's telling you, go get a haircut. Again, practical. Don't you get so caught up in doing things you may forget to properly prepare yourself. And it's good to be careful to do it early in the day. Kodem hasot, before midday. Now he brings in the Kabbalah. Have kavanah that you are trying to push away these powers of judgment. Because those powers of judgment supposedly are in the hair, and when you cut it away, you push it away from the body. And also when I'm cutting my hair, I'm doing the mizvah of pe'ah. I don't have a field that I could deal with issues of pe'ah, but we have the 5 different spots on our head and our face that we have issues of pe'ah. So I want to have the intention of fulfilling this mitzvah. Again, getting some more mitzvot in last second. Velobshim lebanim b'Rosh Hashanah, and you wear white. We are pure. We are clean. We wear white Rosh Hashanah. Nowadays, due to the society we live in, it
doesn't matter.
What doesn't
They
matter?
had a white party last week.
The people don't.
One second. The society that we live
Greece
in
over here. Come on.
does not look kindly if a person gets dressed all in white. They look at a person like he's strange, like he's odd. We live in a society where it's not something you can easily do. Many years ago, we studied this point in Keta Shem Tov, Rabbi Shem Tov Gagin, and he said, yes, in the Middle East, that is what they did, but here in London, and he was talking about London and Amsterdam, it's Western society. In Western society, you don't get dressed in white. You wear a nice dark suit. That is what is considered, honorable and acceptable. So a person has to think that if he's going to do something that's going to look odd and get people to talk and get people to, think of him in a strange way, so that's improper. You're trying to do something good, but it's only causing negativity. So you have to always be aware of your surroundings and do things that work with your surroundings as well. Now, what do you want to say, David?
Saying that concept of white doesn't matter to most people in today's society because it's not really, like you were saying.
But something doesn't matter to them. They don't know about it.
It has no effect on them. It has no.
What are you trying to add to what you're saying?
They're not familiar with the concept of. Because it's Western society, a nice dark suit is more chashuv.
He just said that.
No, I'm trying to understand where he's going with. But David,
that's where I'm going with it.
I understand, but listen for a second.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
But the way you're saying it sounds different. You're saying it doesn't matter to them. It's not that it doesn't matter to them. It's unknown to them.
Right. Unfamiliar.
Okay? It's not, especially, in American society, you only wear white, if you wear white at all, between Memorial Day and Labor Day. And now Labor Day has passed. You're not wearing white. You have to keep that in mind too. Again, you have to.
What? You only wear white? Yeah. Between those 2 days?
Yeah.
Really?
Between Memorial Day and Labor Day is when white is worn.
Not 2 days.
No, he means those 2 dates.
Dates.
Yes.
Summertime, basically.
Yes, that's when white is worn in the United States.
So how about wearing a white shirt in Knis? Or you think the whole concept of white doesn't need to be kept?
No, we're not telling you the concept doesn't need to be kept. We're talking about he's talking over here about being dressed in white.
Unless you live in Florida.
I mean, we're talking about shoes, pants, jacket, shirt, tie, white. Everything white.
Okay.
So what do? I wear a white kippah.
Wow. That's it.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you do too.
I try to, yeah.
I do that every Shabbat. I try to do that.
Very nice.
But Hazanim never wore, or the rabbis for that matter, never wore anything other than white on that.
Okay. But the point is, you don't have to push aside the white completely, but you can't look foolish.
Right.
So you have to find a way to find balance that works. Okay. When I'm hazaning on the holiday, it's great because I wear my white robe. So I'm dressed in white at least portion of the day.
Right.
Or I appear white.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hazaning this holiday?
I don't know yet. Find out
We're
when
in
the
class
holiday
now.
starts.
You could text privately later.
No, I don't know. Are you?
Not that I know of.
No, okay.
No, minha, I think. Okay, for minha.
Mm-hmm.
All right, continue.
Okay. ולובשים לבנים בראש שנה. Why? באמונתנו ובביטחוננו בחסדי השם יתברך. Why? Because we have faith and belief in the kindness of Hashem. והוא על פי מה שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה במדרש, based upon what the Hachayim say in the Midrash. וכן נזכר בלבוש, and the לבוש mentions it, you see? You already like this. ונוהגים לטבול בערב ראש שנה משום כל. Now he doesn't even bring you the whole Midrash. He tells you if you want the Midrash, go look up the Midrash. But it's there, and the Lebush mentions it also. If you open Shulchan Aruch, you see the Perush of the Lebush over there, you could find it as well. He goes to the next point. ונוהגים לטבול בערב ראש השנה משום קרי. And there is a custom to go and dip on Erev Rosh Hashanah because of keri. Keri is an emission. We'll leave it at that. דאפשר שיעשה ממנו איזה טיפה בהשתנה ולאו הדעתה. Maybe a drop came out of him without any intent, without his knowledge. וגם משום טומאה דתשמיש המיטה, and also because of טומאה of sexual relations. וגם כדי לקבל הארת קדושת יום טוב של ראש השנה לחיים טובים ושלום. Also to get that essence of holiness of the Yom Tov of Rosh Hashanah for a good and peaceful life. לכן, תבילה, we'll not finish it there. Wait till we get to the end of the paragraph. לכן, תבילה ראשונה יכוון בה בשביל טהרה. So when you do the tibila, it's not just jumping down once and that's it. The first one you go down and you have kavana for tahora, for purity. The second time you go down, you have kavana to repair issues of anger management. The third one you go down to sweeten, to soften the judgment and the power of the gibura, and you want to soften all that together, soften it with hasadim, with kindness, with gentle acts. And the fourth time you go down, I want to remove myself all this, outer, we'll call it secular, because that's what we're used to using the word hawl for, but we'll call it profane, something that's not holy. I want to remove those garments from me. We're talking about spiritual garments, obviously, because you're dipping, so you're not wearing anything. And also have kavanah, let the year and all its curses come to an end. You're dipping a fifth time, the kabil alav he'arat kedushat yom zikaron. Alright, you want to have the intention on the fifth dip to get that glow of kedusha of Yom HaZikaron, the day of remembrance. And have in mind that I want the year to start with all its blessings. Now watch this, what he says. Even the woman should be scrupulous to dip Erev Rosh Hashanah. And even the single girls should go dip. Now, obviously, we have an issue with that, and we could pull out other things that tell us we can't do it because then they may end up doing things. Get to that in a minute. But first, the women have to be very careful that they comb their hair. Okay, not brush it, but comb it through so there is nothing, that's holding the hairs together that the water cannot come and purify it. And check their body to make sure there's no scabs or anything on it that could be blocking the waters from getting to it. And they don't have to remove the hair from those covered areas. And you can go check over Matei Ephraim. Before we continue, David had a question. Go ahead.
No, just on the Lashon. He'erat Kedusha, what's the word? Ha'arat?
He'arat.
Lashon or, light, the light of... Okay.
Glow.
That's it.
I said glow, didn't I? When I translated it?
You
I'll
probably
go back to the videotape later.
Okay.
did.
Next question?
Wow,
Good.
women dipping Erev Rosh Hashanah. Interesting.
So here, we're going to read this is a book called Or Sara, commentary on the Ben Ish Hai. He says, וגם הנשים יהיו זהירים לטבול, וכולי עד כאן. המנהג שאין הבנות הרווקות טובלות בערב יום הכיפורים. He's switching it to Yom Kippur. It doesn't make a difference between Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. That they don't dip. וכן הנשים שהן בתוך 7 נקיים, and also women that are counting their 7 clean days, also לא תטבולנה בערב ראש השנה ובערב יום כיפור. They also don't dip בערב ראש השנה ויום כיפור, מחשש למכשלה, because we're concerned, well, they dip, the husband knows they dip, now they may come to do something they're not supposed to be doing. כן, הבית לכאן, פרשת וידך סעיף ח'. In פרשת וידך, the topic comes up again, and it can be dealt with more. But it's not the point of our thing. The point is, look at how Rabbi Yosef Hayim, okay, sees the importance of dipping, and it's not just for the men, it's for the women too, and even for the single girls. Everybody goes. If you told some open the mikveh because a bunch of single girls want to go dip, they'd freak out on you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I go that's the only time I ever do it.
Okay.
You go to the mikveh or you go to the beach?
Ocean.
Okay, yeah.
Fun piece also, honestly. When I was a kid, it used to be fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. And now?
No, now it's more serious, like.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm more serious about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good.
You understand the concept now.
Yeah, I understand. Like, this is why people. I didn't understand why anyone ever did it. I thought it was like a.
Okay. Now,
Mhm.
here's the important part coming up. And this is another thing that you see the practicality of Rabbi Yosef Hayim. אם האיש אנוס שלא יוכל לטבול, person just can't. He cannot go dip for whatever reason it may be. ישפוך על גופו 9 קבין מים בהיותו עומד ערום. Person cannot go dip. He pours over his body 9 kabin of water while he's standing naked. ויבוא אדם אחד וישפוך עליו המים מראשו ועד רגליו. And somebody will come and will pour the water over him, okay? Instead of you doing your challenge that you did, David, with the water. So over here, everybody's standing around naked, and you pour water. ותשעה קבין אלוהים. Okay, now he's telling you, what is this tish'ah kabin that we're talking about?
Shower?
Well, nowadays it's the shower, yes. Okay. Cool, but that's the beauty. You don't need to go do this. You don't need to go to the mikveh. And you don't need to go to the ocean. You don't need to go to a lake. You don't need to do anything. Go take a shower. Kol kab hu taf lamid beit dirham. I'm telling you, every cab is 432 dirham. Okay? Bottom line is, if you do the math, and we know that a dirham is approximately 3 what?
Yeah. I don't think.
Don,
Siri!
3 grams.
What's a dirham?
I thought it was a currency.
Yes. No, he's right. The weight of that currency, or the volume of that currency, the dirham, okay, which was common back in the day, we're talking about 1,000 years ago,
Okay.
works. It used to be thought to be 3.2 grams, but recent discoveries, they found a lot of these dirhams and they've measured them and weighed them and
4.30
volume.
grams.
what's 3?
The weight of the dirham.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's only 3 grams.
Oh.
No, it's not. That's wrong. I don't know what you're looking at.
I'm talking to Siri over here.
Yeah, well, Siri's wrong. That's only 3. It used to be thought to be 3.2, and science has proved it's only 3. And even Rabbi Yosef revised his writings and his calculations where he always used these things. Say 3.2. He said no, it's only 3. So
Okay.
it's definitely 3. We're talking, and now you're taking. We need 9 of these cabs, right? Kol cab hu talab dirham. We're saying every cab is 432 dirham. So we're doing 432 times 3 is giving you approximately, 1250, right?
2.975 grams, yeah.
you see?
It's Islamic dirham.
Yeah,
It's a
uh-huh.
specific weight of pure silver equivalent to 2.975 grams.
That's it.
Wow.
That's the 3 grams. So do now. Do your get your
Yeah,
calculator.
enjoy.
Do your calculator. 2.975
Times.
times 432,
2.9
75,
times
432 equals
1285.
1285.2. 1285.2. Okay. Now you have to do that times 9.
11,566.80.
Okay, so let's do this. 11,566. Let's just
Watch this.
Come on. Let's find it nice and simple. Change that. So now you're in liters, by the way. So we're going to change it to gallons. 11 point what?
11,566.80.
Oh, 11.5. Okay, I did it wrong. 1 second. 11. What's wrong with you, David, over there?
Me?
He doesn't like math. He's
No, I'm just,
the Greeks don't know math. That's the difference.
just listening.
Where is it? You know, I went on my phone. I tried to get to calculator. Automatically, I'm distracted.
I'm sure everybody wants to hear that also.
It's crazy.
I'm sure everybody
Once
wants
you
to
go to
hear
the
that.
calculator, all of a sudden
Is that iPhone?
no,
So basically, it's a drop. It's 3.05 gallons. Okay?
So I take a 3-gallon shower. I went
Wow,
into
we
the
probably
McDonald's.
take much
Let
more
me
than
ask you a
that.
question.
Of course we take more than that.
Take like
That first toilet's more than that.
Exactly.
yeah. Wow, that's not much. Okay.
No, it's not much. So while you're in the shower, stand under the shower head for 2-3 minutes.
So how do you do a different kavanot? There's 6-7 times. Like,
You're walking in and out of it.
Huh?
You're in the flow, out of the flow,
Go in
in
and
the
out.
flow, out of the flow.
How do you
Okay.
memorize this? Like, how do you?
I'm sure
Anyone,
if you
anyone
want
ever
to,
give
you
a
will.
commentary on this?
No, this is pretty straightforward. כי כל קו הוא 4 לוגין, וכל לוג הוא קמחי דרהם, וכן נזכר בית דוד. ואם אין לו כלי אחד שיכיל כל 9 קבין, now if you don't have a jug that's going to hold all 9 קבין, יחלקה בשניים או 3 כלים. You could, split it up among the various vessels. אבל יותר משלושה כלים אין מצטרפים, but you should not do more than 3 vessels. So let's say each vessel now has 3 קבין. ויזהה לשפוך השני קודם סיום קילוח הראשון. Okay, and you make sure you stop pouring the second one before the first one finishes. So you basically have 3 1-gallon jugs, and you're pouring them. No big deal. וכן יעשה לשתי וכן נזכר במשנה. ועיין שולחן ערוך הגאון רבנו זלמן. He tells you, look at the Shulchan Aruch of Rabbeinu Zalman. That's not a regular Shulchan Aruch, right?
No.
What's the Shulchan Aruch Rabbeinu Zalman?
Haruch Harav?
I don't know what's wrong.
That's what it's called.
Well, he calls it Rabbeinu Zalman.
What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
I think
The Shulchan Aruch of the Hasidim.
Hasidim, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
وما שכתוב בטורי זהב הוא טעות סופר. So he tells you the tour is wrong. He had no problem telling you that he disagrees with the tour. וגם זה אינו יכול לעשות טוב שייטול ידיו. Now if you can't even take a shower, okay, טוב שייטול ידיו 40 פעמים. Wash your hands 40 times. Do נטילת ידיים 40 times. וכך הסדר. And he's going to give you the order of what to do. יערה תחילה על יד ימין פעם אחת ויכוון באות ראשונה של שם עין בית. Now this gets a little more complicated. You listening? Ralph, you with us?
Yes.
So, first time, you're pouring onto your right hand.
Gotta cut this stuff.
We're going to cut it, don't worry. But it's interesting to see
Yeah.
how he shows the importance of preparing for Rosh Hashanah. That's what I like about it. And he brings in kavanot for even the common person. So he tells you, Be'ot Rishona shel Shem Ayin Bet. What is Shem Ayin Bet?
I'm listening.
What's Shem Ayin Bet? Nobody knows.
We're listening.
72 letters.
Says the name of 72, right? So Hashem has different names according to the Mekubalim. Okay, we know his name is Hashem. We know it. It's 4 letters and it equals the numerical value of 26. Okay, so among the Mekubalim, and it's important to know this because it's something that you may come across sometime in your life. You have 4 letters. We have a Yod. We have a second letter called a He, a third letter called a Vav, and the 4th letter called a He. Right? So we have these 4 letters. But now if you take these letters, first letter is Yod, right? Yes?
Where it came. Good.
What's Yod?
10.
Wrong. It's Yod, Vav, and Dalet. It's
Yeah.
3 letters. To make
Yeah.
the word Yod, you
Yeah.
have to spell it out. Yod, Vav, Dalet.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Got
The
it.
He is a He and a Yod. The Vav is a Vav and a Yod and a Vav. And the He is a He and a Yod. And now if you add up all these letters, you get 72. So you took God's name of 4 letters and you spelled it out and you did the numerical value of that to come
Has
up with
hen
72.
yod or
Wow.
hen
Amazing.
Depends,
Amazing.
it depends
So what does that
on which
mean now?
calculation you're doing.
Right.
Hashem has different names. You have Bimilui Yodin, Bimilui Hehin, Bimilui Alfin. You could spell it in different ways. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So,
Wow.
I know. This
Amazing.
is,
Yeah.
you're saying it wrong, though.
Oh.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What's that?
No comment. But it's one of your Greek Turkish guys.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
That was good.
All right. Anyway, so I just wanted to touch upon that. So the first time, so now we have all these letters. So the first time we're going to do the first letter of the עמו וכוון גם באות ראשונה של שם עין ב' ועוד יערה פעם שנייה על ימין וכוון באות שנייה לשם עין ב'. You keep going back and forth, right, left, first letter, second letter, okay, all the way across. We're not going to have to. We don't have to read to the end of that paragraph. Okay, you got the idea of that.
Yeah.
Put this over for a second. Pass the water, please. Halacha dalet. Now, he jumps to the night. Okay, so he went to preparation of Rosh Hashanah. He even talked about Minha, and he skipped our beat completely.
I'm listening.
He goes straight to the night. Dalet. יהיה רגיל לאכול בראש שנה בשני הלילות על שולחנו בסדר זה. So here's the first thing that he brings. Okay? Especially for David. Person has to become accustomed. No, not you. That goes. David Bitesh. יהיה רגיל לאכול. Become accustomed to eat. First thing he's telling you, eat. Keep that in mind. Okay? בראש שנה בשני הלילות, on both nights, על שולחנו בסדר זה. So, you have people that say, I don't need to eat them, I just need to look at them. It's enough. And of course, we know there are two different readings in the Gemara. One Gemara that says eat, one person says to have and look at. Ben Ish Chai is telling you eat. And that is the generally accepted custom. But we tell a person if for whatever reason they don't like that particular item, they can't eat it.
What do we do both
Yeah.
nights?
So we're talking about what a person has to eat both nights. And he's telling you the 2 nights. Don't just do it one night. Okay?
All those things?
Those things, yeah.
Yeah, we only do one night?
See?
Okay. Just checking.
So many Halabi families, if not the majority of them, the custom is only to do it the first night. They don't do it both nights. Okay? Wow.
I never knew that.
Right. But that's a general thing with the Halabi community is that they find, well, I don't know if you want to use the word shortcuts, but
We did it already.
exactly, we did it. We don't need to do it again. Especially when dealing with Rosh Hashanah is called Yoma
Long day.
Arichata. It's one long day. Since it's one long day, we did it the first night. We opened up with these simanim, and that's enough. But
Okay.
Ben Ish Chai tells you do it both nights, and based upon this, not only this, based upon other sources too, like the Hida, who tells you do it both nights, and there were obviously various laymen and more than laymen who studied such works. Even if their custom was to only do one night, many of them, over time,
It's a Kabbalistic
adapted
thing, though,
doing
in
it
general?
2 times.
Is it a Kabbalistic thing in general?
No,
No, from Gemara.
no, the Gemara it doesn't seem Kabbalistic at all. But he'll breathe Kabbalistic life into it. Okay? So he's telling you this is the order that he wants you to do. Now, we've discussed in the past that there are different orders and different ideas. Seder Zeh. Tahillah Temarim. Tells you first, start off with dates. Now, we know the old Mahzurim start off with apples. He's telling you to start off with
You
dates.
can pull a couple out or not?
Not right now.
Okay.
No. Bibarech borei fri'ais. Make beracha borei fri'ais. Ve'yochal temara achat. And eat one date. Ve'achar kach yomar yihi rason sheyitemmu yibenu, etc. Ve'yochal temara hashiniya. And then eat a second one. So he's telling you, say ha'ais, eat a date, say yihi rason, and eat a second date. What's the
Usually we don't make a, at least the custom of my family, you do both first and then you eat.
You do what? Both. Explain, please.
You do. No, you do when there's the beracha. You maybe even do Yehir Hason first, and then the beracha, and then.
But I'm asking you. You said what your family does. What does your family do, or are you unsure?
No, that's what they do.
What do they do?
Yehir Hason, then the beracha, then they.
And they start off with a date. They start off with an apple. They start off with gur. What do they start off with?
Do they dip the apple in the honey?
Yes, but there's sugar on the table. I don't know. Sugar. Anyways.
So let's put Ben High on the side for a second. So here's the problem that I have. Okay? If you're saying Yehir Hason, and then you're making beracha, right?
Yeah.
So you're putting yourself before God. Are you not?
But
you're saying, God, do this and this and this is for me? Oh, by the way, Baruch atah Hashem Eloheinu melech haolam. Right?
yeah, okay. I guess you could look at it like
So,
that.
should you flip it?
No, then there's a hefsek between
Right.
the beracha and eating.
Right. So now you understand what he's saying,
What did he do again? Because I was getting the water.
He's saying, make a beracha, eat a date. Say the Yehir Hason, eat another date.
You eat two.
You get 2 dates this year.
2 days. You understand where he's coming from?
Yeah.
He
Okay.
wants to.
No, I
he
do.
wants you to avoid putting yourself before God, and he wants to avoid the interruption between the beracha and eating.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So he gave you advice.
Do you do like that?
We'll discuss
We,
what I
we,
do
didn't-
later.
we don't discuss Joey, what he does.
No.
I don't do this. No,
Okay.
I do it differently. We'll get to it if you really want to. We're here to study Ben Ishaq, right? ואחר כך יאמר יהי רצון שיתמו אויבינו ויאכל פתאום אמרה שנייה ויכוון בבקשה זו על אויבים התחתונים. And what intention, what thoughts you have to have over here when you say שיתמו אויבינו? You have to talk about your oibim that are here, down here in the lower world. Okay? ואחר כך יאכל רוביה. Okay? Now he doesn't tell you what it is. But watch, then he tells you vehu ma shekorim b'lashon ha'arabi lubya. Okay, so he tells you, he starts telling you lubya. You think he's not going to say anything else, but he tells you this is what we call lubya. Now, everybody has a different custom as to what they use, don't use. In this general community, yes, that's what we use. Black-eyed peas. But among all Sephardim, it's not. There's no consensus of the sort.
Okay.
Okay.
Of what rubia is, you mean?
Yes.
What does it mean technically?
It's the name of something, but what is it?
Do we know it's a pea or like a bean?
Most probably.
Okay.
But those will tell you it's a black-eyed pea. Some people tell you it's something called a cow pea. Some people tell you it's a, it's a fava bean. Some people will tell you it's none of the above, it's fenugreek. Some people will tell you it's, it's regular,
White
the
beans?
seeds within the string beans. Everybody will tell you something else.
Wow.
There are many, many different opinions on what it is. So, follow your minhag. ויאמר יהי רצון שירבו זכיותינו. So you go now from dates to rubia. Is that what you do? Anybody does that order?
Don't remember.
Don't
Whatever the book says, I do.
The book. Which book? We don't know.
Mr. Catton.
Mr. Cat. I'll have a shadow. Okay. ולפי מה שכתב הגאון מגן אברהם, שיבקש גם לפי המשמעות הנראה מלשון המדינה. על כן אנחנו אנשי בגדד שקוראים אותה לוביה, צריך לומר שירבו זכיותינו ותלבבינו. So he's telling you that according to the Magen Abraham, that whenever you say something, any of these Yehira songs, you also have to include meaning that makes sense based upon the language of the place that you live in. And since he's telling you, therefore, since us, the people of Baghdad, call this rubia, we call it lubia, so we have to find something to include in the hirason that fits in. So say shirbu zakhiyotenu utlabbebenu. Okay, so now you add it to it. וכאשר נוהגים לומר בקרה שתי בקשות שתקרע רוע גזר דיננו ויקראו לפניך זכיותינו שהוא משמעות קריאה על שם קרא ומשמעות קריעה על שם קרע. Okay, so you're doing again, using dual language depending on if this kira, okay, you following me here, or I went
No,
too far
but he's changed. I don't understand.
because
Kira with an ayin.
right, because
Kiriya is.
right, because you have two things. You have, if you look at the kira in the Gemara, it's with the alif, but in the lashon of the Medina in Arabic, it's the ayin kira. Okay, so you use a double language within that yirason. So you should say shetikra rawagizadinu, and then you say biqari'u lifani. Okay, so you use both. بخينها عنيان بروبيا اللي في لشون مدينتين وبأحار روبيا يخال كرتي after the روبيا so when dates to روبيا to كرتي will call the leaks ويوماشي كاري تو ويبينو بالصوني إنو now what كفانا you have to have because we said with what do you call it with the date we said شي تم ويبينو now we're doing شي كاري تو ويبينو بالصوني إنو بيخفين بزي الكحوت هالرعوت شنبلقوه منها عفونات شل أداء من سوسيا كيري you have to have your thought and your intention on the evil forces that are created every time we make a sin or if we have a improper emission. Okay? And these are the same thoughts that you have to have in mind when you say Kriyat Shema before you go to bed. بعدهم نأمر ويبي إيش and شبيته. Who are the enemies of a person? They're the members of his household. In other words, those beings that you don't see that you're creating. And they're living here with you now.
Yeah.
This is too wiggy of a class, right?
Yeah. The germs.
The germs. Some of it is germs. והחרקתי יאכל סלקה. Okay, we'll call the Swiss chard. ויאמר שיסתלקו אויבינו ויכוון בזה על המקטרגים וכוחות הדין המסתינים למעלה. And these you have to have in mind what? On those people, those lawyers that are working against you, okay, and talking against you up in the heavenly court. ואחר כך יאכל קרא. Then you go back to the קרא that he mentioned before. ויאמר שתקרע רוע גזר דיננו, they cut the deen. ويقالوا الفنيخ سخويوتين ואחר כך יאכל לימון מתוק, then eat sweet pomegranate and say שנהיה מלאים מזוות כרימון ואחר כך יאכל תפוח מבושל בסוכר, then take apple that is cooked in sugar. Okay?
Honey for you.
No, cooked though.
Yeah.
It's not, no, cooked in other words, so you made apple preserves basically. You're not taking raw apple and dipping it into sugar or dipping it into honey. You have now taken apple before the holiday and you've cooked it in sugar. You've made preserves. You made jam, jelly. Okay?
Oh, that's neat, yeah.
That's neat, right. I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
Okay? ואחר כך יאכל תפוח מבושל בסוכר ויאמר יהי רצון שתחדש עלינו שנה טובה ומתוקה. ואין אומרים כדבש. And we do not add the word כדבש like honey. ואחד בו האחרונים הטעם שמביאים תפוח, and the האחרונים give a reason for bringing the apple. רמז לחכה תפוחין קדישין. You're bringing it for this holy apple orchard, which according to the Mekubalim is considered the domain of God. בסוד ראה ריח בני כריח שדה. ונראה לי בסיעתה דשמיא טעם לתפוח בליל ראש השנה כי התפוח יש בו 3 הנאות. And now the Ben Ishai is giving his own explanation that tapuah you will bring on the night of Rosh Hashanah because there are 3 pleasures that we have with the apple. There's ta'am, tastes good, mar'eh, looks good, vereyah, and it has a pleasant smell. Okay, and nowadays, everything's grown commercially. We don't have much of a pleasant odor coming from apples anymore. But
Is that so?
Yeah, you don't agree?
No, never thought of it.
I'll bring you
Apples
an
don't
apple.
smell great. Yeah.
Apples don't have
They're
much.
okay.
They don't really have a smell anymore. No. If you actually went into an apple orchard, you'd smell apples. You know, it's a whole different thing. And this is a siman tov. It's a good omen for our request for general abundance. And this brings abundance of life, of sustenance, of finances, of food, everything for the entire year. ועוד נראה לי בסייעתא דשמיא טעם אחר על פי מה שכתוב בזוהר הקדוש בפסוק רפדוני בתפוחים תפוח אפיק חמרה מכוון רעותה דלה יזיק חמרה והיינו דאוכלים תפוח אחר יין כדי שלא יזיק להם היין ולכן מנהג בני אדם לתת תפוח לתוך כוס יין כמו שכתוב בספרים. This is getting into a whole thing called Zohar about the connection between apples and wine, and people would eat apples after they drink wine to basically have the apple absorb the strong alcohol so you wouldn't get drunk. And so even if you have a cup of, before you're going to pour a cup of wine, you should always put a piece of apple in that cup.
You hear that,
And then
kid?
pour it. See?
You're not 21 years old yet, but
Sangria.
are you? 21
No,
yet?
I got another 2 months.
But now you understand why they made sangria.
Right.
No, seriously. I don't mean it as a joke. You got to
lower the alcohol content.
Right.
Okay.
To lower the effect of the alcohol. You don't lower the alcohol content. You're lowering the effect of the alcohol.
Okay.
Okay? It wasn't just because it tasted good.
Right.
וידוע שהיין הם גיבורות. Okay? ונמצא התפוח הוא מבשם הגיבורות. Yain is called giburot. It's called strength. And now we have the apple. It comes and it gives a certain fragrance, a pleasant fragrance to the giburot, so it sweetens it. The whole point of Rosh Hashanah is Yom Haddin, right? And Yom Haddin, you follow me here?
Yeah.
Yom Haddin, we're talking, when you think about Deen, you think about judgment, you think about strength, you think about power. And what we want on Rosh Hashanah, we want that Deen, we want it to be a little softer on us. So again, why you bring in the apple? To soften it, to sweeten it. That's why the apple part is very, very important. Don't just throw it to the side. ועוד נראה לי בסייעתא דשמיא טעם אחר דאיתא בזוהר הקדוש כל הפירוש הורשה במלכות ורק התפוח שורשו בדוכרה שהוא סוד תפארת כמו שכתבתי בקדמה לא במקום אחר. This is too deep to get into, so we're going to skip that. וידוע מה שכתב רבנו הארי בחודשי הקיץ הם בנוגבה שהיא סוד המלכות מניסן ועד תשרי וחודשי החורף מתשרי ועד ניסן הם בדוכרה. So certain months of the year are female, certain months of the year are male, and you have to blend things a certain way. Rosh Hashanah begins the male season. Okay, because it's considered a male fruit. We won't take it further than that for now, because it's getting a little too weighty for the average
Right.
listener. But in other words, what we see is very, very plain and simple. Those that are steeped in the sword, okay, in those secrets of the Torah, find a lot of other reasons for it. ואחר התפוח נוהגים לאכול ראש כבש ומבקשים יהי רצון שנהיה לראש ולא לזנב ותזכור לנו עקדתו ואלו של יצחק אבינו בן אברהם אבינו עליהם השלום ואם לא היה יכול להביא ראש כבש לא יביא ראש של עז. So he said you have to bring rosh of a kibis. What's a kibis?
Fully grown
Lamb.
You're
sheep.
saying sheep, you're saying lamb. Which one is
No,
it?
it's not a lamb. It should be sheep.
Sheep.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
I think it is.
Sheep. So lamb is out, right? Okay. But if you cannot get that sheep, lo yabi rosh shel aiz.
Goat.
Right.
Why not?
So if you can't, no. He who dina kasha, because that's a very difficult deen. Can nizkar b'zohar kadosh. Again, based upon the Zohar. V'ayin or
Don't get a
b'zohar
goat?
hadash.
Don't get it.
Don't get a goat. ולכן, טוב שלא יגדל אדם עז בתוך ביתו. And even a person should not even raise a goat in his house.
Really?
Yeah. ולפחות יזהה בזה בראש השנה ושאר עשר ימי תשובה שלא יימסר בתור עז. And especially if he does, make sure during Rosh Hashanah, עשר ימי תשובה, no goats around. Okay. In other words, stay off of, yeah, exactly. Shave that goatee and stay off of Cornell Avenue. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
They love him.
ועל כן, לא יביא לפניו ראש שנה ראש עז, דאם לא נמסר לו ראש כבש, יביא של עוף. So if you cannot get a sheep's head, don't bring a goat's head, bring a bird's head.
Oh, okay. Any bird.
Bird. Well,
They
what
call
bird
it
you
bird-
chicken
bird brain.
generally.
Yeah, okay.
Bird brain.
Oh. Duck maybe.
Yeah, maybe. וצריך שיביאו מבושל, make sure it's cooked. ולכך ינקו בראש הגולגולת שלו וימלחנו ויבשלנו. Make sure that you clean it properly and you cook it and you salt it properly and cook it properly. וראש עוף זכר הוא יותר טוב מראש עוף נקבה. And if you could bring a male, in other words, bring a rooster head, okay, not a hen's head, better, לסימנת הבא. וכשמביא ראש עוף, לא יאמר בבקשה אלא רק שנהיה ראש הזנב. And if you bring a chicken head, don't say the whole Yirason that he mentioned earlier, just end it as Shinye Lerosh Velo Zanab, that we should be a head and not a tail.
Right.
You don't say it because it's not applicable to that particular animal. إلا بروش كبس. ויש עושים סדר הנזכר לעיל ומאכלים הנזכרים לעיל גם ביום ראש השנה בשחרית. And there are those that do this not only at night, but they do it lunchtime too, before lunch.
Oh.
Okay? וכנזכר במטה אפרים. וכן אנחנו נוהגים בביתנו להביא כל הנזכר לעיל על השולחן גם ביום. It's telling you, here in the Ben Ish Hai, it's telling you, minhag of my family, we also do it during the day.
Wow, they're doing it 4 times.
Both nights and both days?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for you. That's impressive.
That's, yeah, it's telling you. Now, David said, I do what the book says.
Oh boy.
The book.
The book.
What,
What?
what about the Rosh Dog?
So,
You mentioned the dog.
yeah, roast dog, and how about tongue?
Oh boy.
Mm.
Oh,
I gotta hear it.
Mm.
So,
Start with
let's
the dog.
start with the tongue.
Okay.
Oh boy.
People like all of you here who seem to get squirmish when he said bring it cooked and, you know, the head and this and that.
I mean,
Okay, not you. All of you were somewhat squirmish, okay, when it came to heads. Decided, well, you know what? We're not bringing a head to the table. We can't have a head. We made a pretty table. We decorated it. We have flowers. Now I'm going to bring this, you know, this ugly animal head, bones and jaw and teeth and everything. No. I'll go to the butcher and have him give me a piece from the head. What comes from the head? Oh, tongue comes from the head.
Brains.
Oh, brains come from the head. I'll bring that to my table. That's enough.
Not oxtail.
No, still no time for tail now. Tail we say for Purim.
who eats oxtail?
Me.
Yeah?
Not Rosh Hashanah, no.
It's good?
Oh my god.
Very good.
Sick.
Yeah?
It is, yeah?
Yeah.
I'd love to try that. Okay.
We eat it on Purim to remember Vashti.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard of that. Really?
Yeah.
That's like a
They
big
just
house?
made this up like
No.
2 years ago.
Oh.
Wasn't that what we wanted to do? Make up the Minhag of the Day Club.
I did it.
It's very funny.
So that
We got it.
so that's where the tongue or the brains come from. So brains makes a little bit more sense. It's much more associated with the head than a tongue is. Tongue is associated with the mouth. Plus, tongue, something you're using to talk. Okay, yeah, we want to say because we want to speak Torah, but most people are not speaking Torah, unfortunately. The brain, at least we could say we want to, you know, want to have a smart ear.
We should have the kidneys then.
Mm-hmm.
Do we say everything? We still praise all the kidneys and all that? God knows it's in your kidneys.
Right. Hokir kedayot.
Yeah.
So, you want kidney?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's on the head. You don't feel the tongue is headed.
No.
Okay.
You need to have head.
Man.
What do you
Right,
put on your table?
Head.
Which one?
Sheep's head.
So how about now? How about the fish?
Jaws, no jaws.
So you have a sheep's head on your table?
With
Yeah.
jaws, with jaws, right? And teeth like.
Teeth, yeah, the whole thing.
Okay.
Now, as far as other than sheep's head. If unavailable, times are difficult, the butcher ran out, whatever the case, so you could bring chicken head, you could bring a fish head, you could bring anything. Now, let's deal with the fish issue, since you brought it up. I didn't want to get into the fish issue because it doesn't really fit into the world of the Ben Ish Hai. But fish, old Mahzurim talk about bringing fish, not fish head, fish, okay? Because fish is something that is plentiful. And when they give birth to many. And the fish eye is always open. It never shuts. So basically, it reminds you of Hashem. God never sleeps, God never slumbers. You see the fish, it helps you to remember Hashem. Hashem is always guarding us. Also, because we're going to have this eye that is always open, it's always going to watch and guard us against the evil eye of those people that are coming against us. We have this all-watching eye. So these are the different reasons.
I love fish now.
These are the different reasons for people eating fish. Okay?
Okay.
Now, why don't people eat fish? You see, there's no fish mentioned here. We went through the whole thing. He didn't mention anything about fish over here, correct? You see anything?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Okay.
Right.
What? He didn't mention fish. Fish, dag. One place in the Tanakh, it's written with an adif. Dalet adif gimel. So it's da'ag. You want to have a year with all types of sorrows and troubles? No, don't have fish.
Wait, was it dag is what? Say it again.
Dag is generally spelled dalet gimel.
Yeah.
But one place is written dalet adif gimel. Instead of, so you could look at it, if you didn't have nikudot in front of you, didn't have vowelization, you could read it as da'ag. You're worried, you're concerned, you're troubled. Okay? So that fish, that thing in front of you now is not a fish, it's all troubles. You want troubles the whole year? No, don't bring it to your table, don't have it. So that's why people don't have it. Okay? You're laughing.
Yeah.
So now there are those people that will not have it, but if Rosh Hashanah falls out Friday night, then they have it because it's good to have fish on Shabbat. So those years they'll have it. Got it?
Right. Okay.
So that's
the fish story.
That's the fish story. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're ready to continue?
Yeah.
Anything I missed so far? We're good? I really want to get back to the book, though.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
So explain to me the book.
No.
Why no?
Because
I want to understand what you
you're
mean.
setting me up, and that's it.
I'm not setting you up. I'm setting up the video.
Victor's not here to to defend me.
No, Victor's not here to be your scapegoat. You mean.
Exactly.
Okay. So now, explain to me the book.
Sam Catton book, whatever he puts in.
So the book
is what
Shalom
we say.
Yerushalayim. So
Wait, we'll just stop a second. Go ahead, go again. Keep continuing.
So you have this mahzor called Shalom Yerushalayim. Isn't it in the Knis with your Kuracha for the holiday?
Yeah.
So it's not at your table.
Oh, I have an extra in my house.
Okay, you have. Do most people have an extra in their house?
Oh.
Shalom Yerushalayim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's in most homes of the community. Isn't it?
So people don't have it
Actually-
in the Kuracha for the holiday.
How about this?
People don't take it to Knis with them for the holiday?
Actually, I don't take it to Knesset for the holiday. May I use
No.
Wolf Shul's one?
Uh-huh.
Most people.
Yeah.
And
most
I
synagogues
leave
have
mine
bigger.
home for like Kiddush and everything else. That's what you need to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what does he have in there and why?
No idea.
No idea. What about the wording? Does the wording match?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I don't
The,
think it all.
What about the order?
the order definitely doesn't match.
As long as it's in a book, and that's what I use, that's what I'm saying.
So in other words, if I gave you, if I replaced those 2 pages, in the book, next year you would do that, and the year after that I replace it again, you do that.
Only
You
if it's
have-
done by Sam Catton, who was
You
someone
have,
who's
in
qualified.
other words, you have no loyalty to any particular text,
Probably not.
and that's probably true of the rest of everybody else.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
most people
sad.
don't notice it from year to year. They wouldn't know if they did it differently the year
What
prior.
they say? You don't put your head down. No one knows the difference. But It's done. Nobody
No,
cares.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
So why do we even have class?
We're
Well,
crazy.
people,
So let's go
I
get
feel
the book.
people check out.
People-
Especially, you know, I don't know, last time you guys were on the kids' table. You know, you can help me out here. The kids' table, you know, they're like half the kids won't eat anything. I was always the adventurous one. I'd have like the green
Kids'
stuff.
table is a big problem.
So why do you think
Kids'
it's green?
table
Kids'
should
table,
not
like
happen.
Kids Meal, right?
You have like always have
Right,
like one of
kids'
the
table
idiots who
and kids'
says
meal,
eat
same
green,
problem.
green is money and all that. Like the comic about you had money was green.
Well,
Like, come on, something stupid
you-
like that.
What?
As if money being green is like
I'm
the last
trying to
200
myself.
years.
Yeah, I know. It's like the
Stop
stupidest
shitting my
comment
bedroom,
there is.
not
Like,
one.
okay, guys, go learn something.
So,
Stuff is the
All right, we're back on.
it's like a jam.
I'm sorry?
No, what's the green stuff?
All green stuff.
It's like a jam.
It's a jam.
It's a jam.
We'll get to that.
Hello?
Is that what it's called?
Oh, that's what you call it.
I think we have a different name.
Hello means sweet, no? Not the
That's
name,
always
it's
a
not,
different
not the name of
name.
the product.
I like
not the name of
smearing
the
on the bread, you know. Like,
Bread.
I have it with bread. I can't have that alone. Doesn't go down.
Okay. So, in the book, as David called it, first thing he has apples. So, Ben Ish Hai said dates. He has apples. And what does he do? He does what Michael said to do. Yirason, then ha'is, then eat it. Okay? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. Then he goes to leek. So Ben Ishai started off with the date, and then he went to the black-eyed peas.
Yeah.
The book is going apple to leek.
Yeah.
Then over here in the book, it goes to the Swiss chard. Then he goes to the dates. Then he goes to the gourd. Okay?
Good.
Yeah, I know what you're looking for. Okay. Then he goes to the black-eyed peas. Now let's just go back to the black-eyed peas for a second. See the black-eyed peas over here? He told you over here, Shirbu zachiyotenu, and then add udlabibenu if you call it lubia. Okay?
Mhm.
Over here, the black-eyed peas, Shirbu zachiyotenu kirubia.
Yeah. What's going
Then-
on here?
Then you had later on, you have the sweet pomegranate. Over here, it tells you, in Ben Ishai, Shniyeh Meleim Mizvot Karimon. Over here, Shirbu Zechuyotenu Karimon. Different text again.
What was the text in the very
You know, I always thought that text was too like we're saying the same thing but with a different different sign.
So you're having a problem with this now.
Yeah.
It's repetitive,
yeah.
you're saying.
It was very repetitive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember thinking that. So there are different texts. It's not
Absolutely.
the
No.
be all end all.
What makes you think there's another text?
There's a lot
It's
of
class.
It's glad- there you go. Smart boy. I like that.
Did you have 20 of them lined up?
Hmm?
You have 20 different books lined up?
I have at least 30, but I'm not bringing them out now. The point is, as good as the book is, and the book has a lot of great qualities, it is lacking in
It's got a good
certain
print, though.
areas.
It's got a good
It's
print.
a great print. Not a good print, a great print.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very, very clear. It's laid out nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the quality of
the
the
older one. The
typeset
newer one's not.
of I don't know what newer one there is.
You're so negative.
The typeset,
this one
the
got
cream
somewhat
colored paper, the thickness
Yes.
of the paper. There's no bleeding of the ink. All that is very, very nicely arranged. It's easy on the eye looking for something, but as far as
Content.
no content for the most part is good. For the point is that it is missing flavor, and that's a general problem that we've discussed. When you make a book that is meant to pray by itself, right? Isn't it said on the back someplace?
Wrong
Well,
version.
wrong version. There's another version that says book that prays by itself. When it prays by itself, you're not praying.
Hmm.
So take your book out before the holiday, mark it up. Mark up
Okay.
your book.
Let me show you. Let me show you how you mark it up.
This is hardly marked
Let,
up
let
though.
me just show you how you mark it up. You have your notes over there, boys.
Oh, but I like they use post-its. Oh, no,
That's
you're
what we
right.
did. No, right in the book.
Look how he
Oh,
writes
you
in
write
the
in
book
the
here.
book?
I don't think you
Oh,
can see
right.
this,
Yeah,
guys.
sure.
Everything he crosses out, writes in, crosses out.
Everything,
Has,
everything.
has all his
Well, you
tunes in
showed me
there.
your Hamash was like that also.
Has
Yeah.
his tunes in there.
Yeah, all the
You
things.
put in tunes?
Yeah, so when he's Hazan, he's got to know which.
How's it?
Yeah.
You know, you
Okay.
have day 1 and day 2 all set to go.
I thought you added like
No.
poems. I don't know.
Added poems? No, I'm not a poet. Sorry. Different things. Whatever. Anyway. The point is, don't be afraid to open up books, study the sources, take your mahzor, the mahzor that you're comfortable using, and writing things in it. It'll make your prayer more meaningful, more enjoyable.
But don't leave it in the shul if you need it at home.
No, it's Rosh Hashanah, you can carry.
You care, right? It's not on Shabbat this year though. Oh, is it go?
Oh, you can't
we have
carry
a
on Shabbat
3-day
now?
situation, right?
Situation? There's no situation. Rosh Hashanah is 2 days and you have Shabbat.
Right after, yeah.
You have to have the egg and the gas.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that whole thing.
The egg and the gas.
They do, you know.
Why can't it be the bread and the gas? Why does it have to be the egg and the gas?
Yeah, why actually?
Yeah, good question. Why is that? Why is that?
Why's what?
Why is the egg in the gas, not the bread in the gas, and the bread in the egg?
Well, you doesn't
I'm
have to.
asking,
It can
why
be
is it
any-
like that?
Doesn't
That's
it?
probably
I
tradition.
think it could be anything, right? That's
It's always easier to use masala. You always have a box sitting around the house anyway.
No, we don't.
No?
you don't have masala all year round.
Zero.
Nothing left over?
Nothing.
Hametz eats.
We always have it.
No, we give it to the
He's on
Bikol Chalim thing, food
Okay.
fund, and it's gone.
So those people have it.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be an egg. It can be a piece of chicken, a piece of meat. Right?
Eggs are easier.
Exactly. There's your answer. Now you know why it's an egg. Okay.
One of the first.
I know. In Seattle, we do this, and this. Okay, keep going. Next.
No, what do you want to say?
One of the
Seriously.
few times in Eretz Yisrael they have a 3-day Yom Tov or 2 days Yom Tov going into Shabbat. You don't have
Okay.
it. I'm just saying you don't see that often.
Yeah, they're not used to it. Like when I was there, they.
So what are they gonna do?
No, that's it.
So you really got to shave before the holiday. Now I said no goats on the table.
It says I'm not going to the table. I go to your table.
No goats. All right. Halacha here. Now this is not an old wives' tale. Lo yuchlu b'Rosh Hashanah davar hamus. You don't eat sour things on Rosh Hashanah. So it's not just, your great-grandmother, oh, we're not eating this because it's sour, it's not sweet. The Hachamim tell us also, you don't eat sour things.
Pickles.
What if you want a bittersweet year?
And go have it by yourself someplace. Okay? ולא תבשיל מבושל בדבר חמוס, and not for anything that's cooked with something that's sour. That's why you'll never find anybody eating what food on Rosh Hashanah night.
Tahina.
No, that's not what I had in mind.
Hummus.
No. What do you generally eat Friday night? Well, most people have Friday night.
What do most people have?
Hamad.
Right.
Not me.
Why?
Why not you?
Why not well?
Why don't
Wait,
you have
yours
Hamad?
is so
It
bitter.
doesn't make it.
Not bitter.
Why did your wife make it?
I don't say
Sour.
bitter.
It doesn't
Sour.
make it. I don't like it.
No, it is. Yeah, it's great stuff. It is sour.
Why
Though,
does he
you're
have
Of
to
right.
course it's sour.
It is sour.
It's sour.
But it makes you happy.
Yeah, it gives a smile to my face. Like, okay,
But it's sour.
right. No, the symbolism's off. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's off.
ולא תבשיל מבושל בדבר חמוס. וכן ייזהרו מפירות חמוסים. Even make sure the food that you're serving can be sour fruit. Okay? Or the candies that kids eat nowadays are all sour.
Yeah.
Okay? No.
Can't serve them on the holiday.
Hen monim, hem anavim, hem agasim. Okay? Your pomegranates, your grapes, your pears, all have to be sweet. וכתב מטה אפרים. דהו הדין שלא יאכל פרי שלא נגמר עדיין בשלו, and any fruit that is not, what do you call it, fully ripened. Okay? ומנהג טוב לאכול בשר שמן ומיני מתיקן. It's a good custom to eat nice, fatty, rich meats
Amen.
and sweets.
Amen.
לסימנה טובה, as a good omen. אך לא ירבה בהם למלות כרסו, but don't overdo it to fill up your stomach. אלא טועמיה חיים זכו. Tasting it is enough. וישתה שתיות ערבות, and drink pleasant drinks. על פי הכתוב בעזרא אכלו משמנים ושתו ממתקים ושלחו מנות לאין נכון לו כי קדוש היום לאדוננו ואל תעשבו כי חדוות אדוני היא מעוזכם. פסוק זה נאמר על יום ראש שנה כידוע. פסוק in ספר נחמיה about Rosh Hashanah day to go and eat, all these rich, fatty, sweet things and good drinks. Vav. So now, you want to say about green things and I don't know what else.
Sour apple.
There's no sour apples, no sour. You can forget about the word sour.
Okay.
Okay, save your sour to eat a couple of days later. So nowadays in the community, there's all types of weird things that have come out of this. So people that, for example, things that I've heard, people that won't eat mahshi on the holiday.
Sour.
No, because mahshi is stuffed. You don't want your ear to be stuffed. You want your ear to be open and flowing.
Nice. That's top 10 on the list. This is Family Feud. Got the 10 top stupid answers on the world.
Exactly.
How about the Swiss chard? It's
What?
the Swiss chard. Isn't the Swiss chard like a Yabra item?
Dumbest thing you've heard of.
It's not bitter and it's not sour.
It's full. It's full. It's
But you
full.
don't.
It's the same
Why
thing
you
like
eat it? Why you eat it rolled
Not
with
to have
that
nuts.
mahshi?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. There's no problem eating mahshi. I'm telling you stupid things that people come up with.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. That's crazy. Yeah.
I'll write it in.
I'm just, I just had to throw it out there so you guys could hear that.
You heard this personally?
I heard this shit from
That
somebody.
what? You can't eat what? The mahshi.
No mahshi.
Okay, well, how about the green? Come on, that's not even stupider.
What do you mean the green?
So what's wrong with the green? Can you take a video of this, please?
Dying of laughter.
This goes straight onto the chat. Just this.
Good for you.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You're killing me. Oh my god. You okay? No. Oh, shit.
What's up?
How you doing?
You're on.
Beep.
Survey says.
Ah, hold on. Pathetic.
Oh god, that was good.
It's finally a family feud.
Huh? Yeah, survey says. You don't know that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but you probably only know with that Abed guy.
Yeah, what? It used to be with someone else?
Yes.
No, he's the funniest guy.
No, he's really not.
He's really not.
He's really
I
not.
just laugh at the guy.
Guys, I'm recording still. Come on.
I know.
Be
Got a
nice.
good mustache.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
הלכה ו' יזהר שלא יכעוס. Be careful you don't get angry. דמלבד חומר איסור הכעס שהוא קשה בכל זמן. Besides the fact that getting angry is always something negative all the time. הנהו ביום ראש שנה אינו סימן טוב לאדם. But if it's on Rosh Hashanah, it's definitely not a good omen for the person. והאישה צריכה להיות זריזה לערוך השולחן ולכסותו במפה יפה קודם שיבוא בעלה מבית הכנסת. And the women have to be very careful and scrupulous to make sure that the tables are set nicely before the husband comes home from Kinis. כדי שבבואו ימצא שולחן ערוך. That way when he comes in, he finds everything set and ready to go. והוא לסימן טוב. And that keeps, good relations going. And it's a good omen for the entire year. But if the guy came home and he didn't find the table set nice, and all ready, he should. This is a warning to him. Do not start quarreling, fighting, and nitpicking with your wife. The ka'as hu siman ra' biyoter. This can be a very, very evil thing to start the night of Rosh Hashanah, with anger. Rather, grin and bear it, and don't even hold a grudge in your heart.
That's great advice.
That's great about that. But you see, everything he's
Very
talking
practical. It's very
practical. He's talking to the people.
Yeah, this is a situation that many people find themselves.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Common battle.
very common. What do you mean? You didn't have all day to do this. What, you wait till now, till the last second? No problem. Can I help you, honey? You weren't able to reach the dishes. You want me to get them out for you? Make things move smoothly. Now, David is going to tell you, the book tells you, come and make kiddush, and that's it. It doesn't tell you to do anything else. So let's look at Zayin.
All right.
קודם קידוש ישב במושבו על מיטה מוסעת. Before kiddush, come sit in his spot. He's telling you מיטה מוסעת on a nice, recliner, set at your table. But obviously we're using regular dining room chairs. ויאמר פתיחת אליהו זכור לטוב.
Oh wow, that's so.
Sit and read פתיחת אליהו.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all the way in the beginning of the Siddur, David. Okay? It's not even in the Mahzor.
Is it in my book? No.
Is it in Kol Yaakov?
Koyak,
Yes,
yeah, it's
it's
right.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
عاد كوم ربي شمعون ويتحدثون. You're not reading the whole thing, but you're reading most of it until that section. אחר כך יאמר פסוק, then you say the פסוק ונוח מסחין בעיני אדוני 12 times. ואחר כך פסוק ויזרע ישחק בארץ ההיא וימצא בשנה ההיא 100 שנים ויברכהו אדוני 12 times. Then the pasuk יעמך מקור חיים באורך נאור 10 times. Then the pasuk אור זרוע לצדיק ושלב שמחה 17 times. Then ואמרתם כל החי ואתה שלום ביתך שלום וחודש שלך שלום 10 times. Then say תאחל שנה וברכותיה. Then stand up and make kiddush. In other words, you opening up with all types of berachot. We're going to do berachot on food. We're going to make berachot based upon Pesukim in the Torah of finding good and grace and charm, so we could have the year proper. Now, obviously, if you're only using this book, you're not finding that in it, and you don't have your Ben Ish Hai sitting there because your home probably doesn't have one, and you don't know the full Pesukim because it's not written out for you, you're not going to do this. But if you have a different type of
Uncle
Mahzor.
Erwin, he'll tell you.
right, that too.
What?
He will?
Oh, yeah, Uncle Erwin will tell you to do it. He taught us this.
Mm-hmm.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm sure he still
taught
does
it
it
or he
too.
did it?
He did it and taught it to us.
But when's the last time you did it? Last time you ate it in his house.
Probably.
When was that?
Long
30
time.
years ago.
Why so long ago?
It's all good.
It's all good, exactly.
Explain to you.
Families grew.
Yeah.
Families grew. There's no room anymore.
good.
I do it.
Top 10 answers on the board for that one.
I do it. I get home. Well, everybody could wait. There's no rush. It takes me all of 10, 15 minutes. Sit and do everything I have to do. I say a bunch of other things also. And can't hurt. حيت بكدوش بشتي هالليلوت يباريخ شحيانو. Both nights in kiddush say shahiyanu. Now that's the halacha. Whether you have a
New fruit.
new fruit or you don't have a new fruit
not
makes no difference. Why every person gets up and tells you make sure you have a fruit. You don't have to have a fruit. Okay? Or why certain people, walk up to you. Did you get a new fruit? You get a new fruit? You didn't get a new fruit? You come to my house, I have extra new fruit.
Is that top 10 answers on a question on the board?
Wait,
That's
so
top 10.
why 2 nights?
What's up?
Not one or
It's
two.
one
but it's
long
like,
day.
but it's up.
10.
It's up
10.
there.
Different opinions.
8 or 9.
So this goes contrary to the whole thing, like, oh, we did the Simanim already, but
Yeah.
did Shehayanu again also. So. All right.
Right, so those people, maybe they have that fruit
Probably.
because they're not doing any other fruits. So, بكدوش بشتهى الليلوت يباريخ شحيان. ואם נזדמן לו פרי חדש, and if he happen to have a new fruit, יניחנו לפניו על שולחן בליל שני כשמברך שחיינו ויכוון עליו. Put it on the table at the time you're making kiddush, and have kavana.
Did you do those fruits that I gave you? Did you do anything with them? No.
It wasn't a fruit. It was a bitter or something or other.
Yeah,
Threw
it's
it out.
also cookie. Oh, he's
Yeah,
sick.
in there. He brought it to me 5 minutes before Shabbat. What's going to do with it?
Uh-huh.
אך אין צריך להקפיד לחזור על דבר זה. You do not need to go out searching for a new fruit. Okay?
Wow.
Again, he's being practical. You went and you bought dates and pomegranates and lubia and Swiss chard and gourd. How many things are going to make you go buy something else? It's enough. You bought enough things. וכל סדר ליל ראשון יעשה בליל שני. And the entire order you did night 1, you do night 2. וילמוד על השולחן בשני הלילות משנה מסכת ראש שנה. And both nights learn the משניות of מסכת ראש שנה. ויכוון כנגד שם אדוני. אך יזהה ללמוד אותה בנעימה. But learn it pleasantly. In other words, don't rush through it for the sake of, just going through it. Learn it pleasantly, enjoy it. ונוהגים ללמוד גם לשון זוהר הקדוש הנתפס במחזורים. If you look at certain mahzurim, there are text from the Zohar, and you should read that as well. Everybody, at that point, once you're dealing with the meal and what you're reading during the meal or after the meal, everybody does what works for them. I would say for most people, it doesn't really fit into their order of the night. Especially if you have company around, you don't want to make people feel out of place or that you're ignoring them because you're just reading your book. Obviously, you want to bring the Brit Torah to the table. You want to do things in a proper way, but don't make anybody feel uncomfortable. طيب. אם חלת בדעת מזווה בראש השנה, ישמש ויטבול בבוקר, ומתחסד לדחות את השמיע של תבילת מזווה, הרי זה חסידות של שייטות, ואפילו אם אין התבילה של מזווה, אם רואה שנתעוררה תאוותו הרבה על אשתו, ישמש ויטבול בבוקר, כדי שלא יבוא חס ושלום לידי טומאת קרי, וכל אינה שידע בנפשי. This particular thing that really doesn't apply, so I'm going to skip it for now. Shnei Yamim, not that it doesn't apply to our situation here at the table. Shnei Yamim shel Rosh Hashanah, kedusha achat hen. See? Michael? Kedusha achat. One kedusha for the 2 days. Ubesa shenolda bazeh, asura bazeh. If a hen gives birth, or a hen lays an egg day 1, it is still asur on day 2. V'chen hanisod or nitlash bazeh, asur bazeh. If something was caught or trapped, it's still asur. But if like this year, Rosh Hashanah falls out on Thursday and Friday, asur gam Shabbat shaharehim would also be forbidden on the Shabbat, on the 3rd day. Safek nolad be'erev Rosh Hashanah, safek b'yom Rosh Hashanah, harei ze asur. If it's safek, if it was hatched or it was laid, on Erev Rosh Hashanah on Wednesday, or it was already Rosh Hashanah Wednesday night, so then it's asur all 3 days. Yod Aleph. Ein yeshinim b'yom Rosh Hashanah. No sleeping Rosh Hashanah. וצריך להזדהה שיתעורר משנתו בלילה קודם עלות השחר. So Ben Ish Chai is telling you, you have to make sure you get up while it's still night, while it's still dark, before dawn. ואם יש לו כאב הראש או שאר מחוש שמוכרח לישון ביום, יתאפק וישן אחר חצות היום. But if you have a headache, you're not feeling well, so hold yourself back and don't go to sleep during the day until after midday. We're good?
Yeah.
Nobody has a problem? You don't get yelled at, sleeping, don't sleep?
People saying can't sleep.
Can't sleep, so you don't have a sleepy year. So here, even in the halacha, it's telling you, we don't. It's a custom among all the Sephardim, maybe even among Ashkenazim, no sleeping on Rosh Hashanah because you don't want to have a sleepy year. But obviously,
Better than talking Lashon.
exactly, better than talking Lashon Hara, better than
Try
sitting
to go to
around doing
sleep.
nothing.
Don't bother anyone. I can't. No evil.
And besides, by the time we will get home from Kinis and have lunch, it's after Hasot anyway, so there's really no problem.
So you can knock it out, okay.
You can, but don't be late for Minha.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah. Where are you going to be? A deal?
Yeah.
Of course.
Which part of the deal?
Deal.
Where do you go? Hadaway?
No, Hathaway, I think, well, maybe it's open this year, but Lawrence.
Hathaway, I'm sure Hathaway's open.
Lawrence?
Yeah, but they're not open all year, Hathaway, so.
No, I
I'm
thought
sure
they
they
were.
are.
All year?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they are. You're right. They are.
Yeah, you're close. You know,
But it's a small piece. They don't get much, I don't think.
I don't know. Pause here. Okay, we're good.
يض سيدة التشليق عوصين أفلوه حال روش Hashanah بشبات. Okay? Even if Rosh Hashanah, let's say the first day of Rosh Hashanah falls out Shabbat, you still do Seder בתשליך. מכן נמסר כתוב בכתיבת יד הרב, מורנו הרב יעקב ענתבי, בשם רבנו הרשש. So now he's quoting Chaim Yaakov Antebi, who's from Halab. So you have a
that's
Baghdadian
nice.
rabbi
That's nice.
quoting a Halabi rabbi.
You hear that, Barry?
Who's quoting Beshim Rabbeinu Harashash, who's quoting a Yemenite rabbi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Rashash. So this shows you, the unity
Peace.
of the Hachamim, how they work with each other, and they respect each other and quote one another. And if for some reason something came up and he wasn't able to do Tashlich on the first day, they would the second day after Musaf. Okay? Now the funny thing he tells you, I found this written in the book called Torah Lishma, manuscript. What's funny about it?
What is that?
He's the anonymous author of Torah Lishma.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do
Right.
we know?
We're not going to tell you.
How do we know?
Yeah.
Different things that are written in the book, and the manuscript is his handwriting.
Why was it anonymous?
Nobody knows why. Not anonymous. Pen name.
Oh, okay. Use a different name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows why. I'm sure there's a million theories.
Nobody knows.
10 theories on the board. Let's go.
Let's
Joe.
hear it.
No, it was
Nobody
funny.
knows. I just told you. Nobody knows. But the pen name in Gematria equals his name.
Wow.
Oh, for sure. That's all I need to know.
Okay. So basically, he's quoting himself. Why he needed to do that, I don't know. So let's preface Yod Gimel. Ralph over there.
Yeah.
What kind of day is Rosh Hashanah? Is it a day of being happy? Or is it a day of crying out to God?
Happy.
Happy. But you grew up among Ashkenazim, you went to Ashkenazi school, maybe you went even to pray with Ashkenazim at a time, or with Ashkenazi rabbis. Don't they always talk about Ashkenazi, about Rosh Hashanah as being a very, very, a day that's
Serious.
full of, more than serious,
Solemn.
fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both do.
Yom Hadin,
Yeah,
no?
both.
Like,
Well, it's Yom Hadin. But us, Yom Hadin, we said before that we get dressed all white.
White. Pure.
Because why? No, but not only the pure, he also said that we know that God is going to be kind to us, and so therefore we're wearing, clothing that reflects that kindness and that happiness, and how we know we're going to be walking out be'emunatenu u'bitchonenu be'chazdei Hashem yitbarach.
Right.
So we have the emunah and we have the bitachon and borei olam that he's going to do. He's going to be show gracefulness to us. So we know we can wear white and feel relaxed and pure and happy. So Ashkenazim generally treat Rosh Hashanah differently. That it's a day where you have to cry. In our prayer, we have nothing that resembles crying at all. Not in the way we act, not in the way we
Well, you have
pray,
Hajjaz.
not in the way we sing. But we don't really use Hajjaz.
It's a happy hair.
But the Hajjaz that we use is more like
upbeat
Kippur.
Hajjaz. Is what?
I'm saying the Hajjaz. I said we really use more Hajjaz on Kippur, not on Rosh Hashanah. So he tells you over here, Halakha Yud Gimel, בראש השנה אין אומרים מחול וסלח לעוונותינו. We don't make any mention of avonot. We don't tell Hashem, erase and forgive our sins. וסליחים להזדהר בבקשה שאומרים קודם תהילים ואחר תהילים לדלג לשונות אלו. And if you're reading Tehillim in Rosh Hashanah, like many people do, okay, make sure in the Yirasons that are pre-Tehillim and post-Tehillim that you eliminate such words. ואף על גב דכתב בזוהר הקדוש אסור לפרשה חטאוי בהיומה היינו דווקא בקול רם. Even though the Zohar tells you it's forbidden to delineate and to say one by one what your sins are on such a day, on the day of Rosh Hashanah. That's haynu b'davka b'kol ram, only if you're speaking out loud. B'lahash, but if you're doing it silently, be'et tikiyat shofar de miyoshib, during the first shiloshim kolot of the shofar that we do was sitting down, kishishohe hatokeh ben tashrat l'tashat u ben tashat l'tarat, when the blower of the shofar pauses between the different sets, yidvadeh b'lahash, you could do vidui, you could do confession, thank you, confession bilahash, silently. Al hata'av bifratut. You know, you made certain sins, you can confess silently between the sets, not during the blowing, but when he pauses. ובסידור רבנו הרשש מסודר נוסח vidui להתוודות בין הסדרים הנזכרים. And in the Sidur of the Rashash, who was the great Mekubal, okay, he gives you certain text of what kind of vidui that you could say during these blowing.
Vidush tashlich though.
So,
It's kind of like a vidui in a
not
sense,
at all. Not at all, no. People don't understand what tashlich is at all.
Good. Educate us. Thank you.
Well, we don't have time for doing this right now.
Oh.
Okay? But there's a lot to tashlich, and the whole, and really if you read most of the text...
That's a good video. Do that in a 5-minute video, tashlich. The importance of tashlich.
Okay, that's right.
Thanks.
Only 5 minutes.
No,
7
but
minutes.
just saying, a side note. Here, since we have this over here.
I mean, they don't interpret any of it. Like,
Nothing to interpret. Let me explain 1 second. He starts off with the tikkunas. He has 13 tikkunas. We have this pasuk that tashlich is based upon. Okay, really vit tashlich, and it's pasuk of mi'el kamocha. Okay, and it's really 3 pasukim together. מיל כמוך נושא עוון ועובר על פשע לשרי נחלתו לא חזיק עד הפוג יחבר שסהו ישוב ירחמנו יכבוש עוונותינו ותשליך ינקו חטאותיו ותן יעקב חסדתם ששבעת לאבותינו מימי קדם. And you say this 3 times, all that 3 times, and that's basically what Seder v'Tashlich is, this 1 page. But this mi'el kamocha is basically parallel to the Yagmidot, the Vayabor, and so they parallel each other. So we read from the Zohar this section that talks about what parts are parallel, okay? And there's 13 sections, 13 little sections, okay? And then we say this 3 times, and then after that, you're really done. But then we have about 6-7 pages of a whole long prayer. This long prayer was instituted by the Hida. Prior to the Hida, this prayer didn't exist. And he made it up originally for himself, and then really for the Hachamim. For each Hacham of his congregation, for his community, for his city, for his country, to basically say, to connect this, what do you call it, this grace that we're requesting from God to fall upon all the people of the city because they are coming, what do you call it, to follow his ways. So really, if you as an individual skipped from page 358 till the end, that's fine, because you probably don't understand what it's talking about, and if you do, you wouldn't really connect with it because it tells you even, make sure that when I give, halachic rulings, make sure I don't make a mistake. It doesn't apply to the average person. Okay? So these are things to keep in mind.
Right.
Okay, and so that's why it's probably not translated in English, But I never looked at one of the English books to find out what they have in there.
You should translate it.
No, they
should, he
shouldn't.
said. He said he should.
I don't think they should.
It just doesn't apply to most people.
No.
Everyone goes. Women do tashlik, and
All right. First of all, women don't go.
they don't go. You're right.
No, and if they go, you should stop them from going.
I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. They
A
don't
lot
go.
of women.
No,
I've seen
too
women-
many women go.
They don't they do a different, like a separate piece?
No.
Oh no, they are there.
They're there. It's wrong. Wrong up there you go.
They never went.
Go ask your grandmother if she ever went.
When did it start?
She hasn't gone. No, my grandmother's.
When they started going to Hatara?
Turkey now. Let's see.
No, women always have that.
No, but
Women always went?
my grandma's in
No, the
Knis
Haitians
all
cook
day.
them.
Like
Ah.
she goes to Knis all day. Like
See, I got him. Now he doesn't know what to say.
No.
I don't know.
What did you say about your grandmother?
No, she doesn't go. I don't remember the one in Turkey, but here no. But there are sizable amounts of women. Have you seen women at the? Where do you
Yes.
guys do it?
Yes.
Where are you doing in Brooklyn?
Everywhere.
Where?
Every corner. Every street.
Anywhere you want them.
Actually, don't you need like water? Oh, so does that have anything to do with being near a body of water? Let's say it was a drought there.
It has everything to do with being near a body of water.
So where's your body of waters in Brooklyn?
You have a sink.
Coney Island.
Oh, that's
You
enough.
you have a swimming pool. You have a hose.
Oh, any water.
Any running water.
Oh, okay.
You should. That's a class you should listen to.
Tashlik?
Yeah.
You have a Tashlik class?
Yeah.
What are you sketching?
No, that's a powerful class.
You don't go online. You don't check out YouTube
I don't check
channel?
out nothing
You
with this
were
guy.
there. Not. YouTube?
Yeah. Huh?
I got you.
Well-
As if I didn't know where to find the classes.
No, no.
YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's it.
Where? Where?
Okay.
Where you
I'm
going?
Joey.
I'm Joey.
I'm just Joey.
Joey.
Thank you. How are you, Dave?
Thank you. Well, I have to go.
You have to go. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. I don't think I'm going to cut it now also.
What are you saying, Silly Hortons?
Should I stop it now?
Are you going young again?
Yeah.
What did we just do? We did. Should we do one more no more? What do you think?
We could do one more.
One more no more, no? Is it
In
good?
fact, we're up to your dad. Okay, we'll do your dad. Just want to see one thing. Yeah, we're not going to finish everything. Your dad. Yomar beferush kodem sheyitkah. You have to say explicitly before blowing. Harini mechaven betki'ot illu shel miyosheb ושל העמידה. בכולם להוציא כל השומע ידי חובתו. So I have the intention with these blowings of the sitting and of the standing, all of them, to fulfill the obligation of anybody who's listening, to fulfill their obligation. And even though he's ready to do this, obviously, that's why he's there. Tob lefarish befiv. It's good for him to say it, to verbalize it. ובין התוקע ובין הסיבור לא יסיחו בין תקיעות דמיושב לתקיעות דמעומד. And whether we're talking about the blower or the congregants, it is proper that they do not speak at all between these blowings, the ones of sitting and the ones of standing. והפסוקים ופיוט שנוהגים הסיבון האומנם קודם תפילת מוסף אחר החזרה ספר תורת האחד לא יאמרם התוקע. And the pesukim and the piyutim that the sibur says before musaf, okay, after we take the Sefer Torah back to the Echad, the Tokeyah should not even say those things. But there's really nothing that we really say. Right, what are you saying? Sho'ef, Hontahon. Okay, so he'll skip that.
Not supposed to.
Okay? But again, the book doesn't tell you that the Tokeyah should say, Harini Mukhan Bitki'ot, Illu Shemiyoshe, Bishim Amida, Bikulam, Neusi, Kol Shemiyah, Dehovato.
Oh, it's not in the book?
Not in the book.
Wow, I would have thought that would be in the book.
No,
There's so
it's not
much in
there. Nope. The book is void. There's a lot. So now he's going to get into, different things regarding shofar. which is very, very important. But it's late. I'm tired. You're tired. So if we have a chance, we'll continue. But I don't see how it's going to happen.